All right, we have an update on the Palworld versus Pokemon lawsuit, guys. It is getting worse and worse and worse by the minute. I will start by saying that Pokemon Company slash Nintendo is very petty for even bringing this entire thing into court. And I will explain a couple of reasons why. I really want to go over what Palworld is being forced to do. And I really want to go over, like, I understand Nintendo's points, but also they could have just let this ride. So Palworld is basically a game that took off, and not even the developers thought that it was going to be the game that it is right now. Well, as it started out to be. It was being marketed as Pokemon with guns, right? So that doesn't already sit right with Pokemon. Then on top of that, I will agree there are some similar looking monsters in Palworld, well, pals, that do look highly similar to Pokemon. I will also say there are only two pals, well, three, that actually look like real Pokemon, which that would be the Eevee clone, the Electabuzz clone is up for debate, and the Bravery clone, which is very funny because that's what this particular part of the video is going to be about. So before we get into the content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We have Switch 2 updates coming, Pokemon updates also on the arise, and obviously the Switch 2 is dropping like next month. So y'all lock in with the boy with the sub. And now let's pretty much get down to the nitty gritty. So on November 30th, 2024, we released a patch version 0.3.11 for Palworld that removed the ability to summon pals by throwing pal spheres. If you guys don't know, that's Pokemon's mantra since the beginning of developing all of the Pokemon games. You will throw a Pokeball, the monster comes out, and you get ready to battle. So I can understand Pokemon's stance on, hey, we've been doing this for so long. We do not want you guys to be able to throw a circular machine to then open the PAL. And I'm pretty sure the throwing the ball to catch a PAL was probably in this somewhere as well. But to summon pals by throwing pal spheres and instead change it to a static summon next to the player. Several other game mechanics were also changed with this patch. As many have speculated, these changes were indeed a result of the ongoing litigation. Everyone here at Pocket Pair was disappointed that this adjustment had to be made, and will fully understand that many players feel the same frustration. Unfortunately, as the alternative, we have led to an even greater deterioration of the gameplay experience for players. It was determined that this change was necessary to appease Pokemon and hopefully to get them out their backs, but Pokemon wasn't done. Furthermore, we regret to inform our players that with the new patch 0.5.5, and this game is still in early release, by the way, we must yet make another compromise, basically taking away the monster helping you glide. So now instead of the monster helping you glide, they would just change that out to a glider in the inventory in order to glide, which is a huge part of the game mechanic. So on behalf of everyone at Pocket Pair and Team Palworld, thank you again for your continued support, because Pokemon Nintendo is just being a little petty with this entire thing. Now I want to preface this by saying, of course, Pokemon has to protect the brand, right? They have to. Like, it only makes sense for them to go out and basically try to destroy Palworld before they release Pokemon Legends ZA. Because right when the Pokemon Company and Nintendo released, it's funny because they dropped the lawsuit, and then right after that they said, hey, we're releasing Pokemon Legends ZA. And I was like, the only reason why Pokemon waited so late to drop their lawsuit is because they were waiting till they were like really close to announcing that we have a new Pokemon game coming. And then it was like, oh, okay, so now that we have this new Pokemon game that is almost here, let's go ahead and swag Palworld, because Palworld's popularity was getting way too crazy because a lot of people Love the fact that we could have a Pokemon alternative with, you know, crazy shenanigans, guns, base. I really think the base building is what we've always wanted in Pokemon, but they never gave it to us. So this company, Pocket Pair, said we can help with that. I think their other game was also a base building game as well. So it didn't really phase them too much to implement something like that in a monster catching type of style of game. And it's also like a survival game as well. As you can see, I have a video right here. This is all a year ago when I was playing. I was streaming it. I was playing it. I was having so much fun with this game. I loved every little bit of it. It was very fun. It's probably still is fun, just haven't touched it in a long time. As you can see, it's literally been a year. I can't tell you guys the last time I touched this game, but I remember having a lot of fun with this. So moving forward, I hope Palworld can survive the Pokemon litigation, because those are two big changes they had to make so far in this lawsuit, and it is still ongoing. If I were Pokemon, I would just kind of back off at this point, because you removing the ball sphere, I get it. That's Pokemon's whole entire thing. Like if you look at my profile picture, that is a Pokeball on the back of my phone. We get it, bro. The Pokeball has always been the symbol of Pokemon. I get that part. But the gliding is just cap. Like, come on, Pokemon. Let's get a little bit better. Like, as a Pokemon fan, I do want Palworld to succeed, because if we have another Pokemon style game out there, then that will force Game Freak to make a better Pokemon game.